have assessed our encounter with the Netherbrain from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time, but the Netherbrain calculates every possible move at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Illithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain.
Assimilate him? Skva! No! Now is the time to liberate him! Do not stand against me.
Then you must become a Mindflyer. It is the only way. You have resisted such a fate so far, and this would be a complete evolution. And you will be an Illithid for the rest of your days. Is this really something you would be willing to accept?
This is not the kind of decision to make based solely on your own wisdom. You must discuss it privately.
This may be our last chance to defeat the brain.
An easy proposition for the Emperor to make, become a Mind Flayer. It has no soul to sacrifice. If it did, perhaps it would understand the weight of what it's asking of us, and why we might seek an alternative. The thought must have crossed your mind. It has certainly weighed on mine. I think it's time we reconsider the orb. With its power, I could put an end to this whole thing. Crown, Netherbrain, Absolute. Everything. If I'm destined to die, I can think of worse ways. At least if I use the orb, I can ensure the brain dies with me. Do not mistake me, I want to live. But I've been careless enough with my life in the past. I can hardly stand by and watch you sacrifice yours. Once I'm in position, I'll ensure you are removed to a safe vantage point to watch the fireworks. You need not die alongside me, nor surrender your soul in becoming an Illithid. If you think it's best, but I hope you're confident in your powers of persuasion. The last thing we need is another enemy to contend with. Regardless, my offer stands. Should you change your mind, I will not let you down.
Mother Gith's only son has suffered long in his prison. Refuse the Emperor. Better yet, crush his revolting skull and let this prison be his grave. Then smash the crystals with the Orphic hammer and free the prince from his bonds. The comet will guide us to a sure victory against the brain. Shamar Sala Orpheus.
You will live with the consequences of your actions for the little time you have left.
We can free Orpheus. I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
As the Githyanki prince takes his blade, a silent cry pierces your head. It's unlike any sensation you've ever felt.
You reek of illithid. You took advantage of my powers, and you slaughtered my honor guard. Nonetheless, it seems we must be allies.
Your Majesty, the Prince of the Comet, Gith's true heir. It is an honor.
Do not patronize me. You rejected the illithid when it no longer suited your needs. No doubt you freed me because it suits you now. I will neither forgive nor forget your abuse of my powers. That is false. You had the opportunity to surrender yourself to my honor guard. They would have given you a noble end. Any worthy individual destined to become Geik would have done so. My guard would have freed me, and I would have stopped the Elder Brain before it evolved into a Nether Brain. All that suffering, avoidable, were it not for the choices you made. In this, we are aligned. I am obliged to overlook your transgressions. We will destroy the Netherbrain together, and put a stop to this nascent empire before it expands into the stars. The Geik was correct about one thing. The Netherbrain's power is beyond us. The hardest metal in the world would not cut through its mind, for it is made of thought itself. At this point, it will take an illithid to unleash the full potential of the Netherstones.
And it would take one wizard to unleash a cataclysm powerful enough to tear apart the brain's very being. We have no choice but to consider using the orb.
I do not know you, wizard. And I do not know this orb. But what I do know is that we must not gamble with the fate of the world. I cannot simply depend upon your word. There is not. We face a Netherbrain. For there to be one way to defeat it is unlikely enough. There will not be another. It seems I misjudged you. You are capable of sacrifice. The Netherbrain wants nothing more than to see all infected become Geik. My defenses keep the voice of the Absolute out. But just as I can raise them, so I can lower them. I will allow the voice of the Absolute in. Once it reaches you, it will order you to transform. It will only take a moment. And once you are a Mindflyer, I will fold you under my protection once more. You will be the savior of empires. Not least, my own.
With the withdrawal of Orpheus's power, your mind is rushed with the full force of the Netherbrain. You feel a compulsion unlike anything you've ever known. Excruciating and exhilarating in equal measure. You wish nothing in the world but to evolve. Then, complete silence, as you are once again closed off from the Netherbrain's mind.
My people will remember you. The rebel Illithid who stood beside their reborn prince and ended the grand design. Let us return now to the city and follow the path of the Netherbrain.
That looked rather painful.
Come, a most noble sacrifice.
I will not forget what you did here today, nor will the Githyanki people. We have unchained the true bear. First, he will lead us to victory against the Netherbrain. Then, he will loose the Githyanki from Vlakit's undead talons.
We've a city to save. I think it's about time we got started.
I can't talk when we have a city to save, darling. At least the bits of it that are worth saving.
We have to stop it. We have to reach the brain.
Try to avoid the worst of the mess.
The Prince of the Comet has come! Shavar Orpheus! Shavar Orpheus! Shavar Orpheus!
Vos, my most loyal friend. How good to set eyes on you.
You honor me. Your radiance. A geik keeps you company. Unusual.
An Illithid in guise, an old ally in truth. She took this form so I might end the grand design.
Skva! Can it be? Thanks to you, the skies above Tunarath shall tremble with sounds. Orpheus will take the truth to the people. We will slay the Lich Queen. Our chains will be cleaved.
Mighty Voss, your words lift me. Vlakith will splinter like glass and vanish like smoke. Shavar Orpheus!
My sword is yours. We will exterminate the brain and end its plague.
This champion holds the key to its defeat. Stand by for orders, Voss. Answer to her as you would answer to me.
As you wish, Prince Orpheus.
Forward! The Netherbrain falls this day. Let it be the first victim in the war for the skies!